Hey, how's it going everybody? Shaggy from the Order of Mithril here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a new Battle Royale title known as Spellbreak. While the title isn't entirely new, it did have an early access period where people got to jump in and play for, I believe it was a week. It's an interesting twist on the Battle Royale genre, because instead of using guns and vests and helmets, you're going to be using magic powers. And these powers are supplied by these gauntlets, one that you start with and another one that you can pick up while you're in the match. Now each gauntlet is going to perform slightly different from the rest. Now you may have a lightning gauntlet which will rapid fire on its basic ability, but then its second ability will call down a bolt of lightning on a targeted area. Now you may have like an ice gauntlet which shoots an arrow. You actually pull back a drawstring and fire an ice arrow, and its second ability will allow you to freeze people in place in a limited area around you. Now both of these are going to have different effects. Now whenever you fire the ice arrow, whenever you have the ice gauntlet as your primary, whenever the arrow flies, it's going to leave an icy trail on the ground that allows you to skate on it, giving you more mobility. It's going to let you move faster. Now, one of the interesting takes on this is you notice here on the screen that I have this little bar underneath my targeting reticle that drops and depletes as I levitate. That's also going to drop whenever I'm using magic. So it's going to be a nice little balance of how you manage your resource here, your mana. You can jump and fire spells, but if you're levitating while firing spells, your mana is going to get depleted a lot quicker. Now, there are things that you can pick up just like in any other Battle Royale, and one of the important ones to me is the amulet that you can pick up. That amulet is going to allow you to have a bigger mana pool, allowing you to levitate higher, further, fire more spells, or be able to play with the balance of firing spells from levitating a little bit more. And there's more to these gauntlets as well. You can combine some of them to have different effects. So say I'm using a wind gauntlet and I use its secondary ability to throw down a tornado, and my second gauntlet is a fire gauntlet, then I can throw a fireball into said tornado and make it a flaming tornado, dealing extra damage. Another interesting thing that I think they put into this title was the runes that you could pick up. And each one of these is going to have a different function to it that kind of brings back some Halo vibes to me in a sense, or maybe some Destiny vibes, if you will. One of them will allow you to go invisible for a limited amount of time. Another one will allow you to teleport. One will allow you to jump into the air and smash down on a target. Things like that. You might get some weird ones, like one may be able to drop a healing area for you and your teammates if you happen to be playing in a squad. You're also going to be able to pick up equipment like I've already mentioned. There's an amulet that will allow you to have a bigger mana pool. You're also going to be picking up boots. That's one other thing that I thought was interesting. The boots would allow you to have a higher run speed, which to me, if you're using the ice gauntlet, was kind of like a useless pickup. But you're going to be able to pick up scrolls as well. If you'll notice in the bottom right corner of my screen, you can see my inventory where I have a health potion, some shield potions, and I have those three little icons above that. As you pick up these scrolls, you're going to reduce things or increase things. Like one of them may increase damage, another one may increase the time between spells. You can also change out which abilities that these scrolls are going to affect before you load into a match. So you can, develop your own play style if you want to. Outside of these other changes, there's not much different about this title than other battle royales that are out there right now. You're going to have a play area that's constantly getting smaller due to a circle of, damage as you go through the match. It's usually pretty quick based. Sometimes the games can take a while, but it feels like a true battle royale with a unique twist. And so far, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with this game. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the other parts of this game that we're going to be taking a really strong look at. We're going to go ahead and start with gameplay. So as far as gameplay goes, Like I've already said, it's pretty much the same thing that you're going to get out of any other Battle Royale, with a unique twist to it. I thoroughly enjoyed the gameplay. I mean, I've been really big into PUBG, Apex Legends, I have even played some Call of Duty Warzone, and I like the Battle Royale formula. They're quick matches that you can get in and play and have some fun with, or they can take long depending on however it goes. I feel like the spells are balanced pretty evenly for what they can do. The fast firing ones deal a little bit more damage, but again, they fire faster than the ones that take longer. They deal enough damage. Each gauntlet feels unique in its own way. You're going to want to go after those little pickups, like getting a better belt so you'll take less damage, or boots so as that you'll strafe faster if you're running around instead of levitating. The gauntlets being upgraded makes a little bit more sense than, say, just finding a new attachment. There's a little bit more of a balance to how you're playing as to what you can pick up, and I really like that in comparison to the other battle royales that are out there. You're never going to have the same interaction with people. It doesn't seem like there's a very static meta in this game, so it allows you to have a little bit more fun with picking and choosing what you're going to play around with, figuring out what playstyle you like. Maybe you like a fire gauntlet and a wind gauntlet. Maybe you like an ice gauntlet and a corrosive gauntlet. Doesn't really matter. You get the freedom to play how you want in this title. It doesn't seem like you're just stuck with one set of gauntlets because that's what everybody else is using and it's going to be the only way that you have a chance to get anywhere. Looking at the graphics, I really like them. I feel like instead of it being an overly serious game, like if you were to compare this to say like PUBG or Call of Duty Warzone, the animation style, the very cartoony look to it is refreshing. And I'm going to say that, you could say that Apex fits into that same way, but I don't feel like Apex feels as cartoony as this. Yes, they are a bit more brightly colored and a little bit more embellished characters and environments and weapons than what you would find in PUBG or Call of Duty, but I don't feel like it's quite the same as this. I really appreciate the look of this game. I like the way that the characters look. I like the way that the spells brighten and flash as they go off and fly across the area at your opponents or at you. I like the combinations of colors that are used. Everything about the way this game looks just speaks uniqueness to me. So I greatly appreciate the approach that they've taken for the way the game looks. Now, as for the audio quality of this game, I kind of got a mixed opinion on it. So, the way that spells sound when they go off sounds really great whenever you're standing next to a tornado that you or an opponent has created. It's a whooshing sound, but it's not overbearing. The lightning bolts seem to crackle and arc like you would expect them to. Ice has a nice sheen sound to it, so you get the feeling that it's smooth ice flying through the air or that you're skating over across the ground. The notifications that you're getting from the game come in clear, but they're not loud and overbearing. They're not annoying. They get the job done. The one thing that I really kind of have an issue with on the audio is the footsteps. And now, a lot of people may agree or not agree with me on this one, but if you're walking around or running around, it's kind of hard to hear another person walking and running around near you unless they're right on top of you. It feels like they should be just a hair bit louder. Levitating is pretty much a dead giveaway, though. You're going to be able to tell where somebody's at from a little bit further away and a little bit more accurately. Most people are going to be levitating. They're going to be looking to try and get that higher ground so as they can look down on enemies and get information about the area that they're either trying to get to or that they're currently in. So it's kind of like a balance. Most people aren't going to be running around on foot all the time. There are going to be times when they're trying to do that because everybody in this game should know that it's quieter than levitating and you draw less attention to yourself. But if you're playing a game of cat and mouse, it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on around you at times. Now, as far as replayability goes, it's the same kind of replayability that you're going to get whenever you're playing any other battle royale out there, like Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, PUBG, so on and so forth. It's going to be about the need to compete in this world, in this game. So if you're a hardcore Battle Royale fan, I would strongly suggest you check it out. It may not be to your liking because, like I've already said a couple of times, it's unique in the way that it approaches the Battle Royale formula. Instead of using guns and equipment, you're using spells. So I do think that there is a level of replayability here, but it may be a level of replayability that isn't for most people out there that play Battle Royales or games in general. So I would strongly recommend that if you do like it, Battle Royales, go for it. If you're not really into them, maybe give it a pass or just dabble with it and see if it gets your attention. But I feel like it has at least a decent level of replayability for me. But that's just me, not everybody out there. Well, that's going to be it for me on this one today, guys. I greatly appreciate y'all stopping by the channel today and hanging out with me. I'm going to go ahead and let this match finish playing out for you. It was my first match, and I don't know how I did as good as I did getting the number of kills and coming out with the win. But I'm going to go ahead and let it play out. You guys enjoy. Hope to see you back soon.